So I went to a leather shop in Liverpool city centre that used to be a computer shop called Bits and Bytes, and this happened. Find this game, 30 years now.
When they eventually closed down.
So something a little bit different today. If you're a gamer like myself, you may remember back in the 90s in the city centre in Liverpool, a computer shop called Bits and Bytes situated in Central Train Station. I'm actually unsure when the shop first opened, but I think it closed in the early 90s. So my first memory of this shop was surely after RoboCop the arcade machine was released back in 1988. And Bits and Bytes had that very arcade machine. Now, when we used to finish school, every now and then we'd jump on a train in Garton Station when it was there, and we'd get to Central Station and we'd run to this shop and we'd have to queue up literally to play it. So roll on a few years later, and when I was able to afford it, I bought my very first Commodore Amiga computer. And with that came game purchases, some from this very shop I'm about to show you today. And one of those games I still have in my collection over 35 years later. So back in the 90s, I seem to remember 3 main independent game shops. We had other ones like the big ones like HMV, we had Virgin, which was in Clayton Square. So the independent ones, obviously we had Bits and Bytes. Then I remember the Chip Shop, which later became Chip Shop 2000, and then we had City Software or Software City, and it is now where Wales Apart is, I think, I'm pretty sure. But Bits and Bytes used to be the one, the big one. Chip Shop used to be your kind of your shop for importy stuff. Chip Shop is actually still going to this day, but he does car boot sales. And Software City was known as, only around school, as the poor man's computer shop, because mainly I think they only sold or mainly sold Spectrum games. And it was at the time when the Spectrum was sort of getting phased out because the Commodore Amiga and 16 bits were taken over, and it was frowned upon to have a Spectrum. So yeah, you were looked upon as like your poor man's computer shop. So after the shop's closure, it became a leather shop, and it has been for the last 35 years. And as it stands today, Liverpool's only surviving leather shop. Right, so just before we jump into the video, I'll just read you a little bit of history, if you want to call it, on the leather shop. So owner Saeed Beg has been involved in selling leather goods in Liverpool for the past 35 years, with just over 25 of them being at the current outlet at Central Station. At one point, Saeed operated more than one shop in the city, such as the now demolished concourse outside Lime Street Station. I'll try and put a picture of that. I'm sure I've got a picture somewhere. I'll pull it up if I do now. And in Richmond Street in the city centre until spiralling rents forced him out. So the premises you're about to see just off Bow Street is now the sole surviving leather shop in the city. Right, so here we are outside the leather shop, and just before we go inside, I'd just like to make a shout out to Billy Moore's podcast, All or Not On podcast, for bringing this to my attention. Let's go inside and have a look. Right, so I do remember, I think the counter was there, if I do remember rightly. And I remember the shop actually being like grey, like a grey colour. The arcade machine, the RoboCop one was there. So we'd queue from like where the machine was out the door, and it was there. It was literally like after school, you'd come down. There'd be a queue in 1988, 9 when the thing was released. Queue out the door, with 50 pence, one go, and that was it, back home like so. Queue was out the door, yeah. It was like, so, yeah, but. So I'm here today for a pair of leather gloves. Now, I've bought in the past from here, I bought 2 bomber jackets, leather bomber jackets back in the 90s when they were quite big, and they lasted quite a long time. They never failed on me, to be honest with you. Really good quality. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not in the market for leather jacket today, but I've just seen some gloves there, and maybe get Adam and a leather hat to go with us. Yeah. So I'll just show you some of these the jackets on here on sale anyway. And this one, that's is that like that Mick Dundee one, is it? Crocodile Dundee one, was it? I think.
I guess you could get away with that, yeah.
Or was it another one? I think there was like another one I've seen. I think they're women's, aren't they? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get like a thing on like what it used to be, because obviously there's the staircase there. Yeah. So that makes sense. The counter was there because the stock room was like sort of, up there. So, but that was like, see, the last time I stepped foot in here when it was a computer shop was 30 years ago, possibly 30 years ago. Now, as I mentioned before, I do have a game from back in the day which was bought in this very same shop, right? And here it is. Now, it is for the Commodore Amiga, and it is Kick Off Extra Time.
Sick.
And if Adam can just get that in shot,
That's alright, I think.
that is
Can't really get the... Just about see, I think.
Bits and Bytes computers.
Actually on the sticker right there.
Yeah, so, and that was like £9.95, reduced to £8.95. And I bought this when it was released. And it's the only one I've got. Actually, I thought I had a few more, but yeah, Bits and Bytes computers. And stayed with me all this time. So yeah, that's the only thing I've got from back in the day anyway. So, but the guy who owns this shop now, Mr. Baig, has got some, how would you put it? Merchandise, what would you call it? Some bags from back in the day from when it was Bits and Bytes. So plastic bags, and that's it. So we're just going to take a little look around the shop, and then Mr. Baig's going to show us the what he's got left over from the old Bits and Bytes days, like.
Yeah, I'll get it.
See that? That So I'm going to try one of these bomber jackets on. Wow. Heavy, isn't it? Heavy.
Probably won't need like that.
Wow.
That's true.
That is... How's it look? Hey, do you know what? I quite like that. I quite like it. I like that. It doesn't go with the Xbox top, like, but it works. I like that. I like it. It feels like it's quality, that.
You have to like wait forever and you can sometimes take the fur color off.
What do you think? It is, isn't it? Wow. That is perfect fit. Goes with the jeans, not about the boots. But the top, not too sure on the top, like the Xbox top.
Maybe it's a bit more retro.
That's, yeah. Yeah, but that's, I like that. Isn't it? Is it got wax on it, has it?
Yeah.
Thought so, like a nice waxy, have a little feel of that.
Oh yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
That's good, that thing.
It's cool, that. I like that. Oof. That is, wow, it's very quality, isn't it?
Well, it's got a bit of weight in it, but that's what makes the jacket in that type of style.
That's right, yeah. I do like that. Cool.
Something on your present list?
On the list, yeah. That, I'm not lying.
You look really good with
I do quite like that. Honestly, that is like, I do really like that.
What's on, mate?
Yeah. So what I've got, Mr. Baig, is, I bought this
From the...
when it was Bits and Bytes. Look, Bits and Bytes computers, sticking on it.
Well, that's nice. Well, I've got a bit of souvenir for you. A bag from Bits and Bytes when they existed. So
Oh yeah, so Mr. Baig's got some bags from back in the day, yeah. So he's gonna.
keep it as a souvenir.
Whoa! Wow! Wow! I'll leave me stuff there.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna put that back in the bag actually, because I'll put it in the bag when I get it.
Yeah, go on, get it in the
Yeah.
bag, yeah. You're buying it all over again.
That's right. Yeah. It's like I'm buying it. I put it on the counter.
Yes.
Buying this game. 30 years now.
Bag when they eventually closed down.
£8.95 for Kick Off Extra Time. That is brilliant.
There you go,
Absolutely brilliant.
There's a souvenir for you.
Wow.
What a guy.
That is,
Thank you very much.
that honestly, that is freaking awesome. That is brilliant. Look at that.
But you feel 20 years younger, George?
Honestly.
It must have been meant for you to be there, kept that long for you to... Totally.
But another thing that I only found out the other day is I thought they only had one shop. There's two other shops on there. So there's one in Manchester in the Ardale Centre and one in Warrington. But
As well?
wow,
I think it closed down completely.
Yeah. That is.
It's new trend now. Gamers are not the same as they used to be.
It's not. No, it's not. But you know where this bag's going to go? In a frame. Going to get framed. That is. Wow.
Yes,
honestly, it's like it just like walk out. Thanks. Cheers. Yeah. That is wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well played. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Baig. Yeah, very, very much appreciated that. That will. Should wear gloves wearing this, like. So, while we're here, I'm going to look for some gloves as well, which I think are here. So, I'll just put this in my bag. They look alright, don't they? So, as I said, I'm in the market for a pair of gloves. I only wear leather gloves. I don't wear any other gloves other than leather. So, I think these are the ones that I'm going to takeaway today. Again, the feeling of them is really fleece lined, really nice feel to them, and obviously the tag there, real leather, size small. I think that I should get away with that actually. I thought it was talking to us then. So I think, what do you think, Ad? Just watch this where he says, oh, they're women's. Or should we go for, again, all leather?
That would be good with that long trench coat over there.
Oh yeah, that.
You would literally be Mr.
And that,
X.
yeah, and that, yeah, that and that. And then maybe one of these.
Is it Mr. X or Dr. X? Can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to put the hats on because I've got gel on me here.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're the ones I'm going to get. We'll get them because no, they're fingerless ones, aren't they? Yeah, I'll take them, Mr. Big. I'll buy them.
Thank you very much.
Because I only wear leather gloves. And the other ones, I use wipes to wipe my car, and they all went like crumbled. But they were like.
Have you tried this one on?
No, actually, no. I will.
Yeah,
It's a small. Was it a small? I think.
That's a small. We have all different sizes. Small,
Good job I checked, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
this medium or a large.
So, medium. Let's see. Come back. Oh yeah, medium. Let's try that on. Oh shit! I don't want to break the thing. My hands are fat. Didn't know. I realised how fat my hands were.
Chippies.
You know.
Doesn't just go to your stomach.
I know, yeah. Oh, they're sound then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
Look at Robocop. Actually, yeah, because that's Robocop. I think wore gloves like that, didn't he? Cool. They'll do, Mr. Big. Absolutely brilliant. Spot on. Love the smell of leather. Love it.
So you have many subscribers from Liverpool?
I've,
Around Liverpool?
on my main channel, I've got 7,500. They're from all over, to be honest with you. There's like in the States and.
Through your channel, we'd like to say a big thank you to all our loyal customers who's been coming to us over the many years and supporting us.
Yeah, this was I think I remember buying 2 bomber jackets back in the day in the 90s when this first became a leather shop, and over time things changed and that. So I think I got rid of them or sold them. But first time I've been in here since then. So it's
welcome to come back and
yeah, it's just a proper
we have many regular customers, and that's how we survive.
Yeah.
They all come back.
Well, it shows, doesn't it? Because you've been open for over all these years. So yeah, and leather is still in. But I do quite like that. I really like it. Yeah, I really like it.
Really suits.
I know it did. I think it was the jeans. It went with the jeans and that. But if I had like a white T-shirt on, maybe that would be a win-win. So I could possibly be coming back for a bomber jacket, Mr. Big. Did you have to rip out loads of things as well?
A little bit.
So like, was all the counter still there? Was it?
Yeah, counter was.
Wow. Because I think it was only. It didn't have that many games. It was like there was games mainly behind the counter, and then the arcade machine. I can't remember what was on this wall. I think it might have been games, but it was mainly behind the counter, all the games and that. So just to be standing here now, like 30 odd plus years later, it's just it's surreal, to be honest with you. Very surreal. And especially with that bag in my hand is just like the best thing like ever. It's just like wow.
Did you say that the roof is still the same?
The roof, oh yeah, the roof is all the ceiling still the same as well. Still the same paint, is it, I think? Right, okay, so that was a look around Bits and Bytes. Now, the leather shop in Liverpool, been here for 30 plus years. Some really quality items, and as you've just seen it, I've just bought a nice quality pair of gloves and a discounted price off Mr. Big as well, £5 off, happy days. Mr. Big, thank you very much for your hospitality today. Thank you very much, I'll be in touch. I'll probably put the video up within maybe a week or something like that, but yeah, cool. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, so this is the end of the video, and just a quick up close and personal look at the bag As I say, in the G2E Media channel, I didn't really go into detail and show you what was on the front of it, although you know, like, but you know, I just thought this is the gaming channel version. It's a slightly cut down version, and I just thought I'd run you through it. So, Bits and Bytes computers on the front, and we have Liverpool, Manchester and Wallington. So Liverpool Central Station, as we all know and love, and as I said, I didn't know, or did I know and I just forgot, I don't know, but Manchester and Wallington, so I didn't know they had two other shops. That was like amazing, and absolutely bloody amazing. So the Manchester one was 67 Marsden Court, Arndale Centre. Now I tried looking on Google Street View for the next one, which I found, but obviously we can't find the Arndale Centre because that's an indoor thing. So Wallington was 112 Bridge Street, and I think, just off memory, I think it's a nail salon or it's something now anyway, but yeah. On the front as well, we have what I think are the big four from back in the day. So Ocean Software, US Gold, EA Electronic Arts and Mirrorsoft as well. So Ocean Software, massive. They're all massive, like, but you know, my favourite one from back in the day has to be Ocean. Ocean seems to have the license to any film that came out, they made the game for it. So they had the hold on things like, you know, Hudson Hawk, anything like Hook, any film that came out, they sort of made the game for it. And there we go there. Mirrorsoft, US Gold and Electronic Arts. Now these bags are just game bags. I do believe back in the day as well, they had bigger ones for systems. And I honestly can't believe 30 plus years after sort of my favourite shot just went and no more to be seen. I honestly cannot believe at a man of 46 years of age holding a piece of gaming history. Now this is my personal piece of gaming history. You know, other people have other things, but just to see that in the flesh again, that was absolutely amazing. And as I mentioned in the first video, you know, the two guys who went into the leather shop and spoke to Mr. Baig and said this used to be a computer shop, and then he whacked one of these out. As soon as I seen that video, I just had to go down there. And you know, I did not expect for a minute to actually be walking away with one of these. I was quite happy just to go down and film these bags and just have a speak to Saeed. But when he said, I've got a souvenir for you, and oh, it was just like, wow. So obviously I am not just going to leave it like that. I am going to put this in frame. Now this is an A4 frame from IKEA and it fits slap bang in the frame. The only thing is you've just got a little bit that pops up around here, so I'm just going to have to carefully fold these little you know, these little holders over so I don't rip it. But that will sit nicely on this wall, because if you've probably noticed, there's a bit of a change in setup, a bit of a change of wallpaper. So it's not going to be like that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this in the frame and I'm going to recut and show you what it looks like sat in this frame. Now just before I show you in a frame, it's not perfect, it's just a little sort of rough, just give you a general idea what I'm on about. But there we go. So it's just a little bit sort of empty there, so I'm going to have to maybe, I don't know, maybe get, let me just see, maybe get my original game from back in the day. There we go again, kick off extra time, Bits and Bytes computers. No, it's a bit too big, it looked a little bit. It was a good idea at the time, but yeah, I think I'll just leave it as is, to be honest with you. But yeah, so just round the back as well, you've got those clips just there, so they're gently just resting on that bag because I don't want to rip it. But yeah, look at that, that is just like, absolutely like, I can't, honestly, I still cannot believe it, because, you know, as you've noticed, I'm still pretty much into me gaming. And occasionally me and a couple of mates, we do talk about the old days and stuff like that, and this shop always comes up. Do you remember Bits and Bytes? Oh yeah, do you remember queuing out the door? And do you remember, you know, I bumped into you on a Saturday and you were buying Amiga games and you brought one back and it wouldn't work and you had to wait for ages to get a refund and that. And just to, you know, there's no pictures, I can find no pictures of this shop online anywhere. And the only piece of like, yeah, it's there. And you can see as well, it's starting to age a little bit because where it says Liverpool and Warrington there, you've got some of the print just coming off. But I'm going to get it a little bit better than what it is. That's a little bit creased, but it was just to show you. It was just a bit of a guide just to show you, you know, what it was all about. So yeah, there we go, Bits and Bytes bag. And just before I do go as well, I would just like to say a massive thanks to Saeed Beg and family for being very hospitable that day and very just genuine, down to earth, just really nice people. And still thinking of going back and getting that leather jacket. There's plenty of time for that. But yeah, honestly, mate, this, honestly, you just don't realise how much this means. This is like just absolutely, just words cannot describe it. You know, honestly, I know it's only a bag, but for me, on a personal level, that shop, as I say, I practically lived in that bloody shop. And you know, just to have that preserved now is just absolutely phenomenal. So again, Mr. Beg and family, thank you very much. And also to people watching, thank you very much. And I'll catch you all in the next video.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Chewy.